7 cars that score top ratings for safety, 5 stars in crash tests, advanced driver assistance systems, features designed to protect you in accidents. But those same safety features are costing owners thousands in unexpected repairs, insurance premiums, and depreciation. By the end, you'll see which vehicle has safety technology so expensive to repair that insurance companies are totaling vehicles after minor fender benders. But first, you need to understand something about modern safety that nobody explains when you're signing the purchase agreement. Those features protecting you in crashes are bankrupting you when crashes don't happen. Here's the reality of modern vehicle safety. Those advanced systems, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, require sensors, cameras, and radar units mounted throughout the vehicle. A front bumper isn't just plastic and foam anymore. It's housing a radar unit worth $1,200, cameras worth $800 each, and sensors worth $300 apiece. A minor parking lot incident that used to cost $500 now costs $4,000. We analyzed repair costs from body shops across America, tracked insurance claim data from Florida to Washington, and interviewed shop owners who've watched repair costs explode over 5 years. 7 vehicles stand out as particularly expensive despite being marketed as safe, practical choices. These aren't exotic cars. These are mainstream vehicles families buy thinking they're making smart decisions. Subaru Outback. Start with a vehicle families buy specifically for safety, the Subaru Outback. Top crash test ratings, eyesight safety system standard, all-wheel drive for weather capability. It seems like the perfect safe family vehicle. The problem is what happens when you have even a minor accident. The eyesight system uses cameras mounted behind the windshield and in the front bumper. A minor front-end collision that damages the bumper requires recalibration of these cameras. The repair isn't just replacing the bumper, it's replacing cameras, recalibrating the system, and verifying everything works correctly. Here's what a typical repair costs. Front bumper replacement, including cameras, sensors, and recalibration, runs $3,500 to $5,000 for damage that looks minor. On older vehicles without these systems, the same repair would cost $1,200 to $1,800. You're paying double or triple because of safety technology. But the costs extend beyond collision repairs. The eyesight cameras are mounted behind the windshield. If you need windshield replacement, you're not just paying for glass, you're paying for camera recalibration. Windshield replacement on an Outback costs $800 to $1,200 versus $300 to $400 on vehicles without camera systems. The insurance implications are severe. Insurance companies are raising rates on vehicles with expensive safety systems because the repair costs are higher. Your premium reflects the reality that even minor claims cost thousands more than vehicles without advanced safety. One family in Vermont bought a 2021 Outback for the safety ratings and winter capability. 6 months in, someone backed into their front bumper in a parking lot. The damage looked minor. Cracked bumper, no airbag deployment. The estimate came back at $4,200. The cameras in the bumper were damaged, requiring replacement and recalibration. Their insurance deductible was $1,000 and their premium increased after the claim. The vehicle they bought for safety cost them thousands in repairs and higher insurance. But at least Subaru systems are somewhat reliable. The next one combines expensive repairs with system failures. Tesla Model 3. The Tesla Model 3 and Model Y have excellent crash test ratings and advanced autopilot safety features. Buyers think they're getting cutting-edge safety technology that will protect them. The reality is that Tesla repair costs are catastrophic even for minor damage. The aluminum body is expensive to repair and requires specialized equipment. Many body shops won't work on Teslas because they lack certification. You're forced to use Tesla-certified shops that charge premium rates. Here's what typical repairs cost. A minor rear-end collision requiring rear bumper replacement, sensors and cameras runs $5,500 to $8,000. The same damage on a comparable sedan would cost $2,500 to $3,500. You're paying more than double because of Tesla's construction and sensor array. But the real problem is how insurance companies are handling Teslas. Some insurers are totaling Model 3s and Ys after relatively minor accidents because the repair costs approach or exceed the vehicle's value after depreciation. A 3-year-old Model 3 worth $28,000 gets totaled after a $6,000 accident because the repairs plus diminished value don't make financial sense. The parts availability makes it worse. Tesla parts can take months to arrive. Your vehicle sits at the body shop for weeks or months waiting for parts. Insurance companies pay rental car costs during that time, which drives up total claim costs and increases everyone's premiums. The battery pack protection creates unique problems. Even relatively minor accidents can damage the battery pack protective structure. When that happens, Tesla often requires complete battery replacement for safety reasons. Battery replacement costs $15,000 to $25,000. For many vehicles, that's a total loss. One owner in California had a minor accident in his Model Y. Another vehicle sideswiped him in traffic. The damage looked moderate, but not catastrophic. The estimate came back at $18,000. The battery protective structure was compromised, requiring battery replacement. His insurance company totaled the vehicle. He'd paid $48,000 18 months earlier. After his deductible and loan payoff, he lost over $10,000. The vehicle marketed as safe destroyed him financially. But at least Tesla owners know what they're getting into with technology. The next one tricks people with safety reputation. Volvo XC90. The Volvo XC90 is marketed on safety. Volvo's entire brand identity is safety. Top crash ratings: city safety collision avoidance, pilot assist semi-autonomous driving. Families buy these thinking they're making the safest choice possible. The problem is Volvo repair costs are luxury brand expensive without luxury brand resale values. The front-end sensor array includes radar, cameras, and ultrasonic sensors that cost thousands to replace after even minor collisions. A typical front-end repair runs $5,000 to $8,000 for damage that would cost $2,000 to $3,000 on a non-luxury SUV. Here's what makes the XC90 particularly problematic: the air suspension. Higher trim XC90s come with air suspension, and that's expensive to maintain and repair. Air suspension component failures cost $3,000 to $5,000. When you combine expensive safety system repairs with expensive suspension repairs, the XC90 becomes extremely costly to own. The depreciation is severe because buyers understand the repair costs. 3-year-old XC90s lose 50 to 60% of their value because the market knows what's coming. Expensive repairs as the vehicle ages beyond warranty. It's that depreciation hits current owners who discover their vehicle is worth thousands less than expected right when they need to sell. The insurance costs reflect the repair reality. XC90 insurance premiums are higher than comparable SUVs because insurers know the claims are expensive. You're paying more monthly for insurance because the safety features are expensive to fix. One buyer in Massachusetts purchased a 2018 XC90 for the safety ratings. He has 3 kids and wanted maximum protection. At 65,000 miles, the air suspension failed on one corner. $3,800 repair. A few months later, he had a minor parking lot incident that damaged the front sensors. $4,200 repair. Then his insurance premium increased after the claim. Total unexpected costs in 1 year: $8,000 plus higher insurance premiums. The SUV he bought for safety was costing him thousands annually. But European luxury isn't the only one with this problem. Honda Accord. Wait, the reliable Honda Accord? Yes, even Honda has fallen into the expensive safety technology trap. The current Accord comes standard with Honda Sensing, a comprehensive suite of safety features that sounds great until you see repair costs. The Honda Sensing cameras are mounted behind the windshield and in the front bumper. Windshield replacement requires camera recalibration, turning a $300 job into an $800 job. Minor front-end collisions damage the bumper-mounted components, turning a $1,500 repair into a $3,500 repair. Here's what makes this particularly frustrating. The Accord is supposed to be the affordable, reliable choice, but the safety technology has driven repair costs up to levels approaching luxury vehicles. You're not saving money on repairs despite buying a mainstream Honda. The headlight costs compound the problem. Newer Accords use LED headlights that cost $1,200 to $1,800 each to replace. A minor accident that damages a headlight adds significant cost to the repair. Older Accords with halogen bulbs? $60 for the entire assembly. The insurance industry is responding. Honda Accord insurance rates have increased more than many competitors because the repair costs have risen dramatically. The vehicle that used to be cheap to insure isn't anymore. One owner in Texas bought a 2019 Accord thinking he was getting affordable reliability. At 40,000 miles, he needed windshield replacement after a rock chip spread. $850 because of camera recalibration versus $300 on his previous car. 6 months later, a parking lot accident damaged the front bumper. $3,200 versus the $1,500 his body shop quoted before discovering all the damaged sensors. The Accord that was supposed to be affordable cost him over $4,000 in repairs in 1 year. But Honda owners at least get reliability. The next one combines expensive repairs with questionable reliability. Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue has good safety ratings and comes standard with Pro Pilot Assist and Safety Shield 360. Buyers think they're getting comprehensive safety in an affordable package. The problem is Nissan's Pro Pilot system is expensive to repair when damaged. The front radar unit, cameras, and sensors total over $3,000 in parts alone before labor and calibration. A minor front-end collision can easily run $4,000 to $6,000 in repairs. But here's what makes the Rogue particularly problematic. The system reliability is questionable. Owners report Pro Pilot errors, camera malfunctions, and sensor failures even without accidents. When these systems fail, diagnosis and repair at Nissan dealers is expensive. Parts can be on back order for weeks. The CVT transmission issues compound the ownership costs. The Rogue uses Nissan's problematic CVT that has a history of failures between 60 and 100,000 miles. When you combine expensive safety system repairs with CVT replacement costs of $6,000 to $8,000, the Rogue becomes expensive to own despite its affordable purchase price. The resale values are terrible because buyers understand both the repair costs and the CVT risk. 3-year-old Rogues depreciate faster than competitors, hitting current owners with unexpected losses when they try to sell or trade. One buyer in Illinois purchased a 2022 Rogue for the safety features and affordable price. At 28,000 miles, the Pro Pilot system started throwing errors. The dealer diagnosed a faulty camera, $1,600 to replace and recalibrate. At 52,000 miles, the CVT started showing signs of problems. The dealer quoted $7,200 for CVT replacement. He traded the Rogue at a significant loss rather than face the repair. The affordable safe vehicle cost him thousands in depreciation and one expensive repair. But at least the Rogue is affordable up front. The next one costs a fortune both to buy and to fix. Mercedes GLE. The Mercedes GLE has comprehensive safety technology, multiple cameras, radar units, and sophisticated driver assistance systems. It seems like the ultimate safe luxury SUV. The problem is Mercedes repair costs are astronomical when these systems are damaged. A front-end collision damaging the radar and camera array can easily cost $10,000 to $15,000. The parts are expensive. The labor is expensive because it requires Mercedes certified technicians, and the calibration process is time-consuming and costly. Here's what makes the GLE particularly expensive. The 360-degree camera system uses 4 cameras, one in the front grille, one in each mirror, and one in the rear. Damage to any mirror requires camera replacement and system recalibration. Mirror replacement on a GLE runs $1,800 to $2,800 per side. The advanced suspension systems add to costs. The GLE's air suspension with adaptive damping costs $5,000 to $8,000 when it fails. This isn't if, this is when. Air suspension components fail predictably between 80 and 120,000 miles. The depreciation is severe because buyers understand what's coming. 5-year-old GLEs lose 60 to 70% of their value because the market knows the repair costs ahead. When a vehicle originally cost $70,000 and is worth $20,000 after 5 years, that's catastrophic depreciation. One owner in Florida bought a 2020 GLE for the safety and luxury. At 45,000 miles, someone backed into him in a parking lot, damaging the front bumper and grille area. The estimate, $12,800. The radar unit was damaged along with cameras and sensors. After his deductible and premium increase, that parking lot accident cost him over $3,000 directly, plus higher insurance going forward. At 62,000 miles, the air suspension failed on the rear. $6,800 repair. The GLE, marketed as the ultimate safe luxury SUV, was costing him thousands yearly in repairs. But luxury brands at least warn you about cost through the price tag. The last one tricks buyers with an affordable price. Toyota Corolla. The Toyota Corolla seems like the safest choice in every way. Affordable, reliable Toyota reputation, top safety ratings, Toyota Safety Sense standard. It should be the smart, economical, safe choice. The problem is the safety technology has driven repair costs up dramatically, even on Toyota's most affordable car. The Corolla's front bumper contains radar and cameras. A minor front-end collision that damages these components costs $2,800 to $4,200 versus the $1,200 it would have cost on older Corollas without these systems. Here's what makes this particularly concerning. The Corolla is bought by people on tight budgets who can't afford expensive repairs. Students, young professionals, families trying to save money, they buy Corollas specifically for affordability. Then a minor accident hits them with a $4,000 repair bill that destroys their finances. The windshield replacement costs have doubled because of the camera system. Windshield replacement on a current Corolla costs $700 to $900 versus $300 on older models. For budget-conscious buyers, that difference matters enormously. The insurance costs have increased because insurers know the repair costs. The Corolla used to be among the cheapest vehicles to insure. It's still relatively affordable, but the gap has narrowed because repair costs have climbed. One college student in Ohio bought a used 2020 Corolla for reliable, affordable transportation. She was working part-time and attending school. 6 months in, she had a minor accident in a parking garage. She misjudged clearance and scraped the front bumper against a concrete pillar at low speed. The damage looked minor. The estimate came back at $3,400. The radar unit and cameras were damaged. Her insurance deductible was $1,500, money she didn't have. She ended up taking a loan for the deductible. The car marketed as affordable and safe cost her thousands she couldn't afford. The Corolla that should have been her financially smart choice became a financial burden. Look at the pattern. These vehicles are marketed on safety, top crash ratings, advanced technology, comprehensive protection. But those safety features drive repair costs to levels that financially damage owners even without serious accidents. The fundamental problem is safety technology is expensive to repair by design. Radar units, cameras, and sensors are precision components that must be replaced. Calibration requires specialized equipment. Even minor damage creates expensive repairs. Insurance companies respond by raising premiums on vehicles with expensive safety technology. They're also totaling vehicles more frequently because repairs approach vehicle value after depreciation. Manufacturers market these features as benefits without explaining repair cost implications. Buyers see standard safety features and think they're getting value. They don't realize they're signing up for doubled or tripled repair costs and higher insurance. Depreciation reflects market understanding. Buyers researching used vehicles discover repair costs and factor that into offers. Vehicles with expensive safety technology depreciate faster because the market understands ownership costs ahead. 7 safe cars that end up costing owners thousands. From the Subaru Outback with expensive eyesight repairs to the Toyota Corolla, where affordability gets destroyed by safety technology. These vehicles prove that safety features protecting you in crashes can bankrupt you when crashes don't happen. If this changed how you think about safety technology, hit that like button. Drop a comment with your expensive safety system repair experiences. Real stories matter. Subscribe for automotive truth about real ownership costs. Hit the bell because the next video covers evaluating safety technology costs before buying. Thanks for watching. Safety is important, but safety technology comes with costs manufacturers don't advertise. Factor repair costs, insurance premiums, and depreciation into your decision. A safe vehicle that bankrupts you in repairs isn't protecting your financial well-being. Choose wisely and understand the true costs.